What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 of NHL 24 Arizona Coyotes Expansion Team Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. If you can leave a thumbs up on this one as well, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. It really helps me out. As you guys can see, we're currently 6-1 in the preseason. Demidov leading score, 10.7 games. Unfortunately, last episode, again, we were not Stanley Cup champions. It actually went to the Calgary Flames there. We got knocked out in round 2, so we're still looking for our first Stanley Cup. Maybe this will be the year. My lucky number is 7, so hoping for the best here. Next, I'll show you guys what the team is looking like for this season. I think we're pretty stacked. We got Zegras, Karlsson, Demidov on the first line, getting a +5. Big thing, too, with Karlsson is he's got franchise potential now, so definitely could grow higher than a 91. I did see some of you guys say try and trade for Matthews. I do want to go big game hunting, so he's definitely a guy we could try and get, obviously, from Arizona. Velarde, Saric, Teravainen on the second line, get a +5 as well. You got Kadri on the third, still on the team at 39, playing with Nickel there. A lot of people said I got to play him higher in the lineup, but he's actually got a third line checking role, so he should do fine. I mean, he's already an 87. Dvorsky on his wing is actually really solid. Koroluk, Rodney, and Kunz. Defensively here, we made a big trade for Devin Tays. He's on the top pair now with Nikishin. We got Parekh and Brodin on the second, and Vlasic, Willander on the bottom. In terms of the goaltending, definitely the biggest question mark for this team. We got Ravensburgen starting, Fedotov backing him up. Ravensburgen doing the best last year, so we'll see what happens this season. Power play 1 here, I think, looks very deadly. They get the +5. Power play 2 even, I think, looks quite solid. Luckily, positive chemistry with the foremans. PK-wise, Nickel, Koroluk, both elite two-way forwards we have. They're, pretty young still and growing, so they're on that top PK unit. I mean, Karlsson's solid defensively. Overall, our PK should be pretty good. So, really, I think every year we played pretty well in the regular season. We just got to finally get lucky here in the playoffs. AHL team, we got an 83 Fedotov first line. We signed him out of free agency for less than $1 million for 2 years. He's playing with Ambrosio and Seneca. You got Perreault, Chekimovs. I mean, you look at this team, honestly, pretty stacked. Defensively even, Pelika, Sherov, Rudolph, all 81. So half our AHL defense could honestly be bomb pair NHL. And Joey Daccord, there's our starter. Should mention too, the AHL team won a Calder Cup last year. Joey Daccord to backstop that win. So we'll see if they can actually go back to back. I think I asked you guys too about captaincy. Decided to just leave the new A on Vlasic. He's been on the team for a while, so him and Kadri have A's. Teravainen still wearing that C. And heading into this season, guys, you can see here we got 99 offense, 91 defense, 84 goaltending. So hopefully, finally, this is our year. Also, too, guys, look at the Avalanche big three here. McKinnon and Makar both 95s, Rantanen 94. That's why the Avs are so tough to beat. And before we do start simming here, guys, I want to see what Karlsson's looking for in an extension. Franchise potential, $11 million for 2 years is actually super fair. If he'll do 10 for 2 years, that would be even better. Again, a lot from what he's asking for in terms of the years to hopefully make him more willing to take a pay cut. Teravainen should definitely take a pay cut, being 86. Not really much of one. Finally lose the captain. Vlasic's been with us forever. Just give him an A. He's actually, wow, $4 million for 5 years. So good. If we get him under 4, he's 85 overall. He's such a good shutdown guy. That's why he's wearing the A. Team player right there. Koroluk's been great for us on the 4th line. I mean, honestly, yeah, if he wants 1 year, 175, I think that's a really good deal still. Kadri, we'll wait till we actually can't even extend him, but I'm just going to say we'll wait either way. Ravensburgen wants, okay, league man. He knows he didn't have a great season. That is going to help us out big time. We'll actually have some cap to splash here next episode. We'll see if Teravainen does 1 year, 7. Keep this captain around. I don't mind that. There we go, guys. Ravensburgen said yes. League man deal. That's crazy. He's going to be starting this season. Koroluk said yes to the 175. We didn't hear back still from Teravainen. And Karlsson as well, who said yes, 2 years, 10 mil. Could have maybe even got him cheaper, but honestly, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. That's a pretty good contract. Teravainen also said yes. Same with Vlasic, under $4 million for an 85. Especially when you're in 2030, usually the contracts go up even more. That is crazy. Karlsson there barely got a pay raise. Teravainen took a pretty big pay cut, and even Vlasic there took $1 million off basically. Wow, especially if we have Kadri's money next year, we could get a big-time free agent. And now this is interesting, guys. The Flames are trying to trade Brock Besser back to us. Of course, he was on our team for quite a bit. They want Quenneville there, one of the elite prospects we have in a second. I'm going to say no, we don't need him right now, but, maybe at the deadline or something and make something happen. Currently, team's only 500. Definitely need to pick it up here. And we just got another big trade up here, guys. Fabian Zeitler in a 3rd-round pick for elite potential center, elite potential goalie, plus Giftopoulos. I remember from the last trade deadline, Zeitler's actually super high rated. He deserves the 10.2. Yeah, he's 89 overall there. He's got 32 points, 37 games. But, again, just really nowhere to put him. Kind of crazy we can actually bring him onto the team. We have that much cap space. And, wow, okay. End of December, we're 16, 16, and 4. Wow, we are 8 points back of a playoff spot. This is not good. I don't know how we're 500. AHL team is crushing it as they should be, but the NHL team I thought we made better. Gabe Perreault's got 44 and 36. Nikishin's actually our leading scorer in NHL, 41 and 36. So I don't really understand. I think this team, like the forward group's pretty much the exact same. Defensively, we've just gotten better. Take a look at goaltending. Ravensburgen giving us an 8-9. Fedotov a 9.09. He's only played 3 games there. He's got 1 win. Oh, you know what I just realized? I think, oh my gosh, I was supposed to do it at the beginning of the episode. I totally forgot. And that is to turn off auto-rotate goalie. Maybe Ravensburgen there is getting tired, although that's actually not a thing in this game. But still, you know, maybe Fedotov needs to get some starts. And yeah, guys, so I just turned auto-rotate goalie back on. I doubt, you know, that's the reason why we're not doing too well, but at least, you know, get Fedotov in there. Wow, this is probably why we're not doing well. Carlson got paid. He's only got 26 points right now in 36 games. He's a minus 18. Wow, so the first line needs to be switched up. All right, guys, I'm going to try Demidov, Carlson, Velarde for the first line with Teravainen, Serge, and Zegras on the second. Again, that first line, I think, has like the worst plus-minus on the team, which I don't understand. I thought, you know, they were playing well last year, but something obviously changed. Even Dvorsky here's only got 18 points. I had him on the second power play. Teravainen 19. Like, what is going on with this team right now? Also, too, guys, as of ending the lines, actually reminded me, somebody asked to see what Chicago looked like again this year, to see if they're still looking solid, because, yeah, this is like a very well-built team here by the AIGM. The top 6, all 89 plus, led by Bedard. And then the bottom 6 there is like all, you know, low 80s defensively. Korchinski's a beast. I mean, yeah, they got mid-80s behind him. And then they still have the 2 insane goalies in Daigle and Vinny. Yeah, this Blackhawks team isn't messing around. They actually got Seth Jones scratched. Oh my gosh, kind of disrespectful. What has he got left? 1 year, 11.2. They actually paid him more money. Wow. And this is kind of funny, guys. Another former player of ours being offered to us. Carolina here trying to trade us Fedoruk, our former goalie. And Froats, I'm going to say no, though. I don't really think it's goaltending that's our issue when our first line is playing as bad as they are. Having said that, we just had a much better January. We're only 3 points back now of a wildcard spot. Kovalenko, 4th and 5th being offered to us right now. I'll take a look. I feel like he's probably not worth picking up. 86 overall. That's actually pretty good. He's a playmaker. He's got a really good wrist shot on him there. 30 years old. Interesting. He's only making 2.8. But, like, I don't know. Unless Kadri's not pulling his weight, we literally don't have a spot for this guy to play. That's what I mean when I said, like, we basically have to just get a superstar because we already have, you know, more than enough depth. Even though Kadri's got the AHL potential, he still has 30 points in 55 games this year. Only gained 12 minutes of ice time a night, so that's solid. Ravensburgen's save percentage actually went up a little bit here. It's good to see. Yeah, guys, like I was saying, I'm going to say no to Kovalenko for now. I just don't really have a spot for him. We're approaching the deadline. These last few games are very important. As I say that, we get back-to-back losses. We do get an OT, though. A win and a loss. Okay, so we're fighting for our life right now. We are tied with the Jets for the last wildcard spot there in the West. Both have 68 points. Kings have 69. We do have a game in hand on them, but the Blackhawks are right on our heels there, 66. Canucks also have 68. Oilers 66. Like, tons of teams here. Looks to be basically 6 teams fighting for the final 3 spots, I guess you could say. The Kraken are in the mix, but we can't take that 3rd division spot. So, yeah, really 6 teams for 2 division spots that we can actually play for. Not ideal. I don't know why this team had such a slow start. AHL team crushing it, though. 46, 14, and 2. And they're currently first in their division there. And I believe, yeah, the entire AHL. Gabe Perreault's got 69 points, 62 games. Nice. So, we'll get to the deadline. Like I said, we're going to be buyers, even though, you know, we should be a conservative buyer. We got 2 years left here. I'm trying to win the Stanley Cup. We do not have time to rebuild. So, Alex Tuch, 90 overall. Value's actually not that crazy. 2 years left, 10.3. Werenski there, Evangelista, Eklund, Lucas Raymond, Zetterlund, Thomas Chabot, Dunn, Kosa, Ekblad. I don't know. I mean, the first line wasn't working, so could look to maybe bring in Alex Tuch here. All right, guys, so I'm really looking to switch things up here. Our team just hasn't played well enough. New Hamilton being offered to us almost 10 million. I'm going to say no. So I'm actually looking to trade the thumbnail boy, the captain, Teravainen. I know we just extended him, but he's 86, 35, minus 10, second line. We got Dvorsky who could potentially take over for him. He hasn't really done it as the captain. If we can get Lucas Raymond here, simply by dropping down from a 1st to a 2nd, who's younger, higher rated, I think it's a good trade for us. Right time on the block. Could lose him to free agency. We also could extend him. Let's see what they say. Trades rejected. Quite far off. Okay. Trade value-wise, it looked pretty close to me. Maybe we'll drop that 2nd to a 3rd. Still rejected. Okay, let's just do no pick. And there we go. Trades accepted. So, definitely, like I said, big-time trade moving on from the captain. But, like, we never made the Stanley Cup Final yet. And I think our team has been good enough. So, Now all of a sudden, you know, we got some players. We got Carlson, Zegras, Raymond there, Demidov, Lardy, Saric. That's like our top 6. Speaking of Saric, though, 8 goals, 29 assists. He's definitely been a little bit of a letdown here. 37 points. I was hoping for big things from him. He's kind of had every opportunity. Nickel has actually been, you know, really good as a third-line center, especially, you know, signed there, good contract. I wonder, do we try to make a big splash here with Saric for like a much better second-line center? You know what, guys? Honestly, I probably have to trade for a goaltender. Ravensburgen just hasn't been it. 896 save percentage. Simply not good enough. Maybe it's the poise. I think Fedotov, we got him locked up yet. 2 more years. He's looking fine as a backup, 905. So maybe before we make another trade for a forward, I go try to find a goalie here. Travis Konechny being offered to us. $6.5 million here by the Leafs. 87 overall, 2-way forward. I mean, right now I'm going to say no. And actually, guys, check this out. The Red Wings also have Dylan Larkin on the block. We could trade Saric for Larkin, 1-for-1 potentially. We are taking on a lot of salary, but we actually have the salary, so we're getting a much better player. Like Saric 87, but 8 goals, 29 assists compared to Larkin here. Only 15 minutes of ice time. He's got 44 points. Can play PK for us, kind of do everything. I honestly like it a lot. We need to like bring in some players. See what the Red Wings say. Trades accepted. Okay, so we're making moves here. This is what happens when, you know, your team who should be a contender is just trying to squeak into the playoffs. And like I said, not done yet. I think I'm going to try and get a goalie. I guess I should check quickly defensively here. Make sure all of our guys are actually looking good. Nikishin plus 13. Taze is solid. Brodin minus 25. Okay, so him and Parekh are not working as a pairing. I got to split them up. Bottom pair was fine. You got Rudolph in the AHL. You got Pelika. He's got 99 passing. Sharov as well is very solid defensively. You also got Fortin here, 80 overall, elite potential. He'd probably be the guy I call up, to be fair. I honestly don't understand Brodin here. Minus 25. He's so good defensively. Supposed to be, you know, a fit on that second pairing. Playing with Parekh, who's like the more offensive guy. What is going on? This is kind of funny, guys. I'm looking around. Chicago doesn't even have Vinny on the block. Seems kind of like a waste time as the backup, but I mean, he's only making 1.1, 87 overall, so it's actually really good. And look at this, guys. Allenfeld got paid $7.8 million by the Penguins. That's crazy. And he's giving them 900 save percentage. And now, honestly, guys, I'm looking around. I think the goalie wants Vasilevsky. I mentioned how he was in free agency. He actually re-signed with Tampa Bay. 35 years old, 8 overall. The value's not that crazy. 7.3 for 1 more year. 915 save percentage, 281 goals against. I mean, he's got 99 poise there. The dude's an absolute beast. Hopefully, it could help us get into the playoffs. And if we do, I think it could definitely be the backbone of this team. Now, we would be over the league maximum salary cap, apparently. It's showing we have 4.2 million, so that makes no sense. Now, like I was saying, guys, Brodin hasn't looked good for us, so maybe we just, you know, cut our losses. Brodin, Ravensburgen actually is more than enough value for Vasilevsky. Okay, if we can pull this off, this might be highway robbery. Give us Vasilevsky. They don't even have a second. That's what I was going to ask for. A second in 2032, and Vasilevsky for Ravensburgen, Brodin. Okay. All right, so very active trade deadline there. A few deals, but I mean, we brought in Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin, Andrei Vasilevsky. Like, come on. And what's crazy too, guys, we still have Quenneville here, 79 overall elite potential. Could maybe actually call him up next year. It's a cheap option. You also got Fortin, who I think I'm going to call up this season to replace Brodin. Pedersen there, 68 overall. Maybe we'll use him to trade. Same with Bonvie and even Park for that matter, just because they're so low rated, but yeah, we definitely got lots of options. All right, guys, so the trade deadline is now over. Definitely our busiest trade deadline yet. Like, I can't believe we made 3 blockbuster trades happen. So, looking through, you got Riker Evans to the Leafs, Noel Gunler to the Flyers, our move for Vasilevsky, Tyler Bertuzzi to the Senators, Dursey there to the Bruins, Brandon Brisson to the Capitals. Let's see what else you got happening. Our trade for Larkin, Bouillon there to the Stars. Alex Tuck went to the Red Wings. Why were they buying and then also selling Raymond and Larkin? I don't understand that. And they traded away Kosa for him? Oh my goodness. And they actually did that right after they traded us Raymond. So I guess they figured they didn't need, although they got Teravainen back. Let's see what else is here. Jordan Harris there to the Preds. Shoemaker there to the Preds. Zachary Leroux to the Islanders. Sillinger to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, yeah, I think we probably had the 3 of the 4 biggest trades. The one, of course, being Alex Tuck. And now Philip Zadina's on waivers. Do we want to get another Red Wing here? 80 overall at 30. Yeah, okay, I think I'll pass. And so after the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the team. We got Demidov, Carlson, and Raymond now on the first line with Lardy, Larkin, and Zegras on the second. The bottom 6, though, is still the same as they've actually been playing, you know, pretty decent. The top 6 wasn't getting the job done. Defensively, Taves, Nikishin still the top pair. We then have Parekh, Vlasic on the second with Fortin, Willander on the bottom. They get a -1, but, like, honestly, Fortin there, elite potential, I think. him actually getting some NHL ice time will be really good for him. And I think, too, like, it can't be worse than Brodin's minus 25. Vasilevsky, of course, our starting goalie. In terms of special teams, I'm just leaving it to the default, what, like, EA did, as clearly, like, the changes I made were not working. So, for the last month and a half here, I'll just try EA's methods and hope for the best. And then in terms of the AHL team, it should be the exact same, only change, of course, we did call up a defenseman, so we actually have Landon here. He's only a 61 playing, but honestly, we got top 4 there of 80 plus in the AHL with an 80 overall goalie to Cord. Like, they should be fine. Guys, I just went on the most insane run ever. Wow, I wasn't sure if we we're going to make the playoffs, and we finished the year with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 straight wins. Like, we could have kept going if the season didn't end. We actually went from being like a maybe wildcard team, or I guess, wow, look how close the division is. 2 points separates first place in the Central and the last wildcard spot in the West. That is crazy. So, if we would have lost one more game, or I guess we still would have been in that wildcard spot, because yeah, the next closest there was 90, the Kraken, but still, 12 straight wins. If we go 8-4, which is still really good, the Kraken might have beat us on a tiebreaker, so crazy to see. After the deadline, there were some growing pains. We lost our first few games. Then we won a couple, lost one, won one, lost one, and then 12 straight wins. I don't think I've ever finished a season that hot. Now, is it going to matter for the playoffs? Probably not. AHL team here, 60, 20, and 2. 60 wins for the AHL team, 122 points. They're probably going to be a first-round exit. Luckily, they finally got their Calder Cup last year. Seneca actually finished as leading scorer there, 84 points, 82 games. He could also be a guy that gets called up to an NHL team next year. Maybe we make some blockbuster, because we have so many young players that call up. Let's just start, doing 2-for-1s or something, trying to, increase our talent. And Demidov there actually led the NHL team in scoring 77-82. He was not even close at the deadline, so I think him playing top line there with Carlson Raymond definitely helped him out. Nikishin as well, 77. Raymond, 74. Let's see. With us, he was 26-20 plus 11. Yeah, that first line was definitely working a lot better. Carlson finished the season 72 points and a +4 after starting out at minus 20-something. Zegers couldn't get quite back. He minus 19, but still 62 points. Larkin here, let's see, with us, he had 15-20 on the second line, not bad, was a +6. Perek at 50 points, plus or minus did get better there, playing with Vlasic. Kadri at 45, still an 82, even with AHL potential. I mean, yeah, so very, very happy, I think, overall play from this team. Looking at the goaltenders here, Vasilevsky, 915-281, with us, 917-265. Finally, we have somebody that can play in net. All right, so very, very happy here. Fedtop played well as the backup. AHL-wise, Decord, 9-1 save percentage, 249 goals against. Again, Seneca led in scoring. Pro was tied with him, 69 assists. Nice. And he's actually a +44. Oh my goodness. The second line, Jekimovs, Heavy Bullen were just so dominant. Ambrosio, 78. Fedtop, 73. So 6 guys, 70+ points. Even had, a few more there in the 50s. Again, AHL team is just so, so dominant. Now, in terms of the entire league, McDavid leads the way, 103 points. Kind of crazy, actually. Only 2 guys with 100+ when you got the 700 scoring set to high and shot frequency at high as well. Kucherov, Marner, Robertson, Hughes, Johnston, Trocheck, kind of surprising. Fraser Minton. In terms of the goals, Rachevsky, 48. Wow, nobody hit 50 goals. So, a lower scoring year here for sure. And yet, our goalies weren't doing very well. Defensively, Makar, 88 with a +0. Could get stolen there by Hughes, maybe even Edmondson. 10 less points, but +24. Goaltending-wise, Demko had the most wins at 42. Save percentage here for a starter is actually Vasilevsky, 915. That'd be kind of crazy. He gets the Vezina the year he gets traded. Goals against here for a starter is also Vasilevsky, 281. Actually, why is he above Clara? Clara should be below him. I'm not sure how that happened. And in terms of rookie skaters here, guys, that Carter Rabbit dude went first overall, had 57 points. Ekberg here got called up and had 47-64. Even though he's a -23, I mean, wow, Vegas kind of screwed him over. If he actually played the whole season, he probably wins the Calder over Rabbit there. And like I was saying, guys, our division, you can't get closer than this. 98, 98, 98, 97, 96. That is just crazy. I'm curious, Western Conference, 99 and 91. Wow, yeah, just so, so close there, even when you look at the entire thing. And then looking at the league, you got only the Leafs, Senators, Montreal, 3 Atlantic teams, all 1, 2, 3 there in the NHL. And then we finished 9th place. So again, slow start, but luckily we finished strong. Ducks get in there at 18. Last place is the Blue Jackets, 69 points. Not nice in this case. In terms of goals for, we're at the top, and we also were at the bottom. So lower scoring year for us. Last year we were tied for highest goals for. Goals against, we're not at the bottom. we're also not the tops. Basically just an average year for us where we caught fire at the exact right time. Hopefully we can keep that win streak going. Like, we just won 12 straight. If you do that in the playoffs, you literally sweep the first 3 rounds. You're in the Stanley Cup Final. So we'll see what happens here. We actually have the Chicago Blackhawks in round 1. We already know what their team is looking like. I showed you guys them earlier. So we'll just jump into this here. And hopefully I can get past Bedard and the boys. First 2 games are in Arizona. And we get a 7-5 win, 6-2 wins. That's 14 straight wins if you're counting. Head of the Windy City now. And a 3-1 win, 4-1 loss. Okay, so the win streak there ends at 15, but not bad at all. Head home for Game 5, chance to win, and we do. Moving on now to the second round of the playoffs. And let's see, we got the Dallas Stars here. Alright guys, look at the Stars roster here. You got Robertson, 96 overall, just insane. Playing with Johnston and Kucherov. I think I pointed out before that they had him on the team now. Like, what a nasty top line. You then have Rupe Hintz there, Stankoven, Krajicek, hopefully I said that right, on the second. They actually have Alex Zetterberg here. Michael Misa's their third line center. Are you kidding me? Wow, this team is stacked. Ruck there. I mean, luckily they don't have as much depth as us, but having said that, they still have an 89. Michael Misa, third line center. Heiskanen there's a 94. Shea Bouillon there's 84. I mean, behind Heiskanen, Sandin, Harley, the left side's actually very solid. Lundqvist is only an 80. They got Andres still. This team is pretty nasty. Like, wow. The fact they were able to draft Misa 5th overall and then sign Kucherov as well as, you know, keeping all these guys. Very, very impressive. But having said that, we've won, what, 16 of our last 17 games. We're the hottest team in the NHL right now for sure. There's no one hotter. So let's see what happens here, guys. First 2 games are in Arizona. We actually have the home ice advantage. 9-5 win. We came out blazing. Unfortunately, lose game 2, 4-2. Head to Texas now. And let's see, game 3 in Dallas is it's not showing up. It's a 4-3 win, let's go. And then a 3-2 win there, game 4. So all we have to do is win one of the next 3 games. And we get it done game 5, 3-2 in OT. This team is at 20 wins of the last 21 games. Literally losing count, I'll do it at the end. We got the Avs now, who I mentioned at the beginning of the season, have that, you know, insane top 3. Let's see, Nikishin there leading score. He's got 12 and 10. On the other side, it's the Leafs versus the Islanders. And they still have John Tavares. That'd be pretty cool. Like I mentioned, guys, we got the Avs here. They got Nichushkin, McKinnon, Rantanen, still the top 3. Lehkonen. They signed Kirby Dach to be the second line center, playing Middlestat. Morozov there, Geeky, Hemming, Gutic, Parsonen, Klingsell. In terms of the defense, Samuel Girard there playing Makar. I mean, the fact that we took Devin Taves from them definitely helps us out. They got Behrens there playing with Hannafin. We traded them. Hannafin's got 4 points, 11 games. I think, you know, Taves is better, but he's going to want some revenge. Chaika there, Nice, goaltending-wise, Anuin and Dossel. Like, Zav's team is nasty. I think, honestly, the Stars team was better, but the Avs top 3, obviously, clears them all day. So, we'll see what happens here, guys. Conference final with the Avs. They've knocked us out before. Maybe we can get the last laugh here. So, game 1 in Arizona. The fact we have home ice advantage through 3 rounds now is pretty crazy. And tied 1-1. Rodney for us. Nichushkin for them on the power play. 2-1, Carlson. And let's go. 3-1, Perek there with the insurance goal. Big game 1 win. We're moving on to game 2 now. Again, still in Arizona. And 2-0 lead. Let's go. Larkin shorthanded, followed by Raymond. 2-1. McKinnon answers back on the power play. And 5-2. McKinnon actually tied it shorthanded. And then Nickel, Raymond, Rodney. 3 unanswered goals. Gave us a 2-0 series lead on the Avs here. Let's go. All right, guys. Game 3 now in Colorado. And 0-0. And 3-1 for them. Nickel, our lone goal. 4-1. Okay, so they weren't going to get shut out. Fair enough. No sweep, but hopefully we can at least take, you know, 1 or 2 games here in Denver. If we can head home for game 5, up 3-1, which is what we've done the last 2 series. I feel like we're in a very good spot. And we're up 1 early. Devin Taves on his old team. That's sick. Followed by Zegras and Nikishin. And okay, we hold a Hun there. It was close. I mean, Geeky scored 1 minute and a half left to make it 3-2. They probably pulled a goalie and couldn't find that tying goal. So 3-1 lead now on the Avs. Headed home for Game 5. A chance for our first ever Stanley Cup Final. That's including, I think, like the old Arizona Coyotes. I don't remember them ever making the Cup Final. Same with, I think, even the Winnipeg Jets, like the original roster. 3-1 lead. McKinnon opens up the scoring, but Vlardy, Perek, Carlson answer back. And it's 4-1 now. Koroluk, the 4th line. And we hold on there. 4-3. The Avs almost came back again, but here we go, guys. I was just hoping we'd make the playoffs this season, and all of a sudden, we are in the Stanley Cup Final, and look at this. You couldn't have wrote it better. We are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have a chance to take out Austin Matthews. Obviously, he's playing against his childhood team, even though it's like a new franchise. Perek's the leading scorer there, 16 and 15, so I think trading Brodin, giving him a new D partner there, and Alex Vlasic. He's also playing on the top power play. So look at the Leafs here. You got Fraser Mention, who's 89, he's an absolute beast. Matthews, 96, Martin, 94. Nylander, Davidson only an 82, and then Konechny there on the wing. So they made the trade for him. Matthew Knies only got to 82 for them. Freddie Gaudreau there, kind of funny because they used to have his brother, Kapanen. Olesen 87. Why would he be on the fourth line? That's so stupid. A 67 Knight. What the heck? And then a Mason St. Louis. Okay, interesting. Very interesting lineup here by the Leafs. Defensively, Riley Liljegren, Evans, Cormier, Jarechek, Honka. I mean, good depth, but no like true number one. They got an 83 Allmark starting. I know he had really good numbers last year, so I'm not really going to have the rating, kind of influence me too much, but that fourth line center is pretty funny. So this is it, guys. This is what we've been building for 7 seasons now. Stanley Cup Final. Arizona versus Toronto. We're in Toronto as well. They got the home ice advantage. Fair enough. I mean, we saw them, Montreal, Ottawa, the top 3 teams in the league this year, so not going to be easy. They're up 1-0 in the first period. Adam Jarechek there. 3-1 now. Nylander, Zegras for us. Matthews. 4-1. Davidson. Was Davidson 69? Oh, no, I think he was like the second line, center 82, but okay. We lost the first game. The first time we've lost the first game in these playoffs. Here we go, guys. Game 2. We cannot go down 2-0. And 0-0. 2-1. Okay, connecting Matthews again. Taves for us. What is happening? 7-1 loss. We're not coming back. Sorry, that was the third period. Yeah, it was impossible to come back. They beat us so bad the third, I literally forgot what period it was. Okay, so down 2-0. Not looking good. The Leafs have only dropped 2 games the entire playoffs. Insane, but we're headed home now. If we can at least win 1, ideally 2, we have a chance. And 0-0 after 1. 3-1 for the Leafs. Nylander with 2. Matthews, Dvorsky for us. 3-3. Demidov, Fort, and all of a sudden we got a tie game. Okay. And in OT, it's Guns. Let's go. The OT hero. We needed that big time. Okay, so all of a sudden we have life. If we can win game 4 here, I feel like it's anybody's series. And it's 1-1 after 1. Riley on the power play. Again, it's Guns. Second period. Are you kidding me? Riley got a hat trick against us. Oh my goodness. I mean, I will sim. Yeah, 5-1. Olesen also. Oh no, okay. Olesen had 2. Riley had a hat trick. All right. Not where we want to be. Down 3-1 to the Leafs. When they beat us bad. We've only scored 1 goal in every single loss. That is crazy, but it's been done before. Why not us? 3-1 here. Game 5 in Toronto. Let's spoil the Leafs fans, party here. Fraser Minton gets the first goal. We're out shooting them, though. 2-2. Raymond Willander on shorthanded, actually. Gaudreau ties it. Third period here. Let's just resume simulation because our lives are on the line. And we need somebody to step up. We made some big moves to the deadline. Will they pay off? I mean, I feel like they've already paid off. This is the first the franchise ever made it, but will they pay off in the ultimate way? About 5 minutes left here. Are you kidding me? The guy that was offered to us in a trade, Travis Konechny. There's no way. Yep. Travis Konechny. We could have had him on our team. I said no. And he ends our series. He ends our Stanley Cup hopes. Wow. Maple Leafs beat us in 5. I mean, Florida Panthers lost, I believe, in 5 last year to the Vegas Golden Knights. They're back to Stanley Cup Final now, up 2-0 on the Oilers. Maybe we can make it back next season. Let's see. The AHL team beat the Cleveland Monsters. They beat the Marlies. And it looks like... They won back-to-back Calder Cups. Are you kidding me? I was focused on the NHL team. Wow. The AHL team, I said they would be out round 1, but they actually get it done. We were, 3 games away from having both franchises be champions. That'd been pretty awesome. So, almost lucky year 7 for me. The Maple Leafs, though, had to play spoiler. Still, very happy, I think, with how this team performed. Draft lottery's in. Columbus 1, Vegas 2. Minnesota jumps from 13 to 3. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we'll take a look, guys, at the playoff tree, all that stuff. Nuchev there, leading scored in the AHL, over a point per game. Nikisha in the NHL, he had 17 and 20. He's definitely been a stud for us. Really happy we made that deal. Perek had 16, was a +8. So, yeah, just playing with Vlasic really changed his game. You got Raymond there, 16, Carlson. So, overall, I mean, Velarde kind of underperformed, 11 points at -5. Goaltending stats, Vasilevsky, he did all he could. I think, even though he's in 86 next year, probably bring him back. I think he's a big reason why he made that deep playoff run. So, looking at the playoff tree, the Leafs swept the Bruins. That's kind of funny. Canadiens in 6. Swept the Islanders, wow, and then beat us in 5. I should mention, too, of course, Tavares was no longer in the Leafs. We looked at that lineup, but that had been pretty funny. So, I mean, we had a run there. Like, we literally never went more than 5 games in a series. We won the first 3 all in 5, and then lost the Stanley Cup Final in 5. In terms of the awards, Maple Leafs their Stanley Cup, and the Presidents as well. At least, though, we got the Clarence's Campbell. We got something. Individual here, McDavid Art Ross Trophy. Kucherov, though, got the Hart. Edmondson, James Norris. Okay, that's pretty cool. McDavid, Lady Bing. Rabbit there got the Calder. Fraser Minton, Conn Smythe. And Vasilevsky did get the Vezina. All right, so I think we have to bring him back. Pretty crazy. Won that after getting traded. Shesterkin, William Jennings. Pollock back-to-back Bill Masterton trophies. Flames coach Jack Adams. I think our coach could have got it after like the slow start we had. Marco Kasper, Selke. That's his 3rd time in 4 years. Basically a new Patrice Bergeron. Kucherov, Ted Lindsay. And then Pettersson, then Maurice Richard. Now, AHL team back-to-back Calder Cups. They've also won the regular season 3 of the last 4 years. So they are a dynasty, I would say. Is that Matthew Wood in the AHL still? That's kind of crazy. Most points. Also MVP. Heavy Bullen, though. Most goals. Let's go. Legacy, best rookie. Felicio there, best defenseman. Joey Decord, best goalie. All right. Fedotov, MVP of the playoffs. I mean, it's 83 overall. Andrew Crystal there, sportsmanship. Pooley, community involvement. And then Decord there also had the lowest goals against. So, AHL team looking for the 3-peat next season. I think they got a good chance to do it. Like, they're going to have a stacked roster for sure. NHL team, I mean, we know now what it takes to make the Cup Final. We'll see if they can actually win it next season. Like I said, kind of do what the Panthers did. Malkin there calls it a career, and he actually retires a Penguin, which is very cool. And Tavares there retired as a Tampa Bay Lightning, so he saw the Leafs win without him. He's like, you know what, that's it. Scheifele there, entire career at the Jets. Kadri does call it quits, so kind of cool. Honestly, I'm super happy we held on to him, never trade him away. Like, he was such a beast with us. I mean, come on, look at this. It sucks he was 1 shy there of 100. He still has the most points in this franchise in a single season, so hopefully next year someone can hit that 100-point mark. Tyler Seguin retires. Erik Karlsson on Vancouver. Trocheck retired after his best season ever, 91 points. That's a very interesting decision, especially for a guy who was about to make $8.5 million next season. And then after him, you got Morgan Riley there, retires a champion. That's kind of cool. I gotta give him respect. Carlson there, Raquel, Hurdle, Couturier. I mean, wow. Just a ton of... Are you kidding me? Devin Taze, I was not expecting that. Calls it a career at 36, but still 88 overall. We're gonna have him next year for 7.2. Apparently not. Okay, luckily we got some young defensemen, but wow. A couple of big losses there to the squad in Kadri and Taze especially is a shocker to me. Goaltenders here, Gibson, Mrazek. Okay, Vasilevsky didn't retire because he's kind of our X factor, I think. And look at this, guys. Kadri's now a coach, so I think we definitely have to hire him. And before we get to the draft here, guys, I want to take a look at contract extensions. So Lucas Raymond, I mean, played super well in the first line with Carlson, with Demidov. 10.5 for 6. We've got $18 million in extension dollars. Anybody else here? I don't think so. Kadri, it still shows, even though he's retired. Is this some sort of glitch? We could extend Kadri even though you're retired? I'm not going to risk it, though, guys, just because I feel like knowing this game, they'd, charge us the money, even though Kadri's literally not playing. Vasilevsky, $5 million on a 1 year. Honestly, we've had goalie troubles. I'm willing to pay that price. So if we do that, if we pay Raymond, we actually don't have a ton of money left. But I think we got there with this team. Let's see if we can run it back. We'll give Raymond 10 by 6. And throughout the draft now, guys, we'll take a look at the top of the class. Last year, I think it was just 5 medium elites. This time, you got a franchise Landon O'Dell, who's Italian. I mean, maybe that's just like his roots or something. That'd make more sense. Kind of like Adam Fantilli. Another Pavelski there. This guy from Italian. The last one was like Hungarian, I think. The rest of the medium elites. You got some gems in the top 5, which doesn't really, help us out much, unfortunately. Looking at guaranteed potential now. Any steals to be had. You got Dylan Taze here. Guaranteed medium elite late first. I mean, it's honestly kind of okay. Milroy, if he's a medium elite going late second, it's a lot better. Look at this go. 2 guaranteed low elites going to be like 7th round picks. And we've also got 2 guaranteed medium top 6s in like the 4th, 5th round. Okay, so scouts are actually kind of hitting. All right, guys. Now next time I'm trying to make a blockbuster trade. Velarde, who of course was giving us trouble with all those contracts. Dvorsky, I think we can actually replace with Seneca. And then Park here, elite potential player, but he's only a 57 at 19 for Matthew Tkachuk. So, again, trying to go big game hunting. Tkachuk would be pretty nasty. Valley's on our side. We'll probably have to still add more than this. Yeah, trade's rejected. But, I mean, again, I said how we have so many elite players. I think Quenneville for sure we hold on to because he grows a bunch. Could actually make the NHL team. Pedersen there we could use. I'm honestly going to try and do Bondy here first. Trade still rejected. I mean, do we just go all out here trying to make a massive deal? Like, we got 1 year left. So we're going Velarde, who, what is he? He's an 87 now, I think. So he's 4 overall below Tkachuk, plus Dvorsky, and then 3 elite potential prospects. Like, this is a massive, massive offer. And the Florida Panthers still say no. Now, guys, I'm going to try and get Kyle Connor. We're doing Velarde, Bombi, Park, and Dvorsky. They actually want all 4, which might help us out. See what they say. Trades rejected. I mean, Kyle Connor, if it's not obvious, very good player here. 91 overall, sniper, I think. Could actually be a first liner for us. So, again, a lot of these prospects, like, they're not going to do anything for us. There's not enough time left. So, we'll try adding Pedersen there. Trade is still rejected. That's crazy to me. Alright, guys, so I keep trying to big game hunt. Tage Thompson here, 90 overall. Obviously, very good player. He's got a great shot. His value's not that high. He's going to be getting paid $10 million. We might actually be able to make this trade happen that we were trying to do before. I'm going to try it first without Pedersen there. Just the 2 elites in Bombi, Park, along with Velarde, Dvorsky, which we actually had to trade both for contract reasons. I mean, the value is so far on our side. And there we go. Trade accepted. Maybe we only had to do one of those guys, but Tage Thompson on the team now. I think all of a sudden we're going to be looking nasty. Again, I think Seneca could come up, replace Dvorsky as well, too, for, like, realism. We're still, you know, holding on to our best prospects there in both Quenneville and Pedersen. And I just did our first pick, guys, in this draft, who's actually number 17 in the second round. Should be able to get the medium elite goalie. Yeah, Milroy here. Hopefully, at least, he's medium elite. First name, Rocky. And he is elite. Let's go. 57 overall. I think that's a really nice pick. Next here, we're in the third round. I think we have, like, 4 third-round picks, at least 3. And we don't really have anybody supposed to go in the third, but Bukanic here. Vaclav Bukanic, guaranteed medium top 4. I think that was actually a really solid pick. And again, we got a few more of these. Might just start reaching, honestly, on some of the pins, unless there's somebody guaranteed to be pretty good. Friesen here, you know, could be medium elite. Same with Markstrom. He's an enforcer defenseman, though. I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen a medium elite enforcer defenseman. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know they have. But we'll try Friesen. Let's go for it. Medium top 9. Okay, yeah, that was, you know, definitely a risk. So I think at this point, we'll just start taking our pins. We'll get Holmes there, guaranteed medium top 6. 59 overall as well, which isn't that bad. And next year, guys, trying to trade the Detroit Red Wings. I want a 4th round pick in this year's draft. Also, I'm going to try and get a 6th and a 7th, giving them a 7th this year and a 7th next year. They said yes. Wow, we actually moved up a round, but maybe they figured, I don't know, one of those picks will be late. So with the 109 here, we're going to get one of the other guaranteed medium top 6s. And that's Martin Strabak, 51 overall power forward. And now in the 6th round, guys, we'll take, I guess, Sopel will be first to go. Caden Sopel, 49 overall, but still lowly potential. Can't be upset. And then final pick here in the 7th round, we're going to take the other guaranteed low elite. We could have taken these 2 guys later, but I can't believe, like, the Red Wings said yes to that trade. And then Kallio, he's a 48, but again, he's low elite. So I think that draft was actually really good for us, especially the trade we made in getting Tage Thompson. And here we go, guys. Lucas Raymond said yes to the contract extension. Same with Vasilevsky. All right, guys, we're at the re-sign phase now with $11 million, which is actually more than I expected. So do we even need to re-sign anybody? Or are we actually good to go? If we have $11 million, that's kind of nuts. So we got our goalies there, Vasilevsky, Fedotov. Defensively, could look to add somebody. Like, you know, we have some young players, but definitely if we could have like a high 80, low 90 with the Keishan, I think that'd be worth $11 million. Forward-wise, Carlson, Thompson, Larkin, Raymond, Demidov, like that's a solid top 6. You then have Nickel, probably Korluk, and maybe Seneca on the 3rd line, and then the 4th line will be whoever. Alright, guys, so it's another free agency period. Like I mentioned, we only had AHL players to re-sign, which was actually kind of funny. Like all of our NHL guys were under contract. Wow. Jack Hughes is available. We're $2 million shy. If we can somehow swing this, Jack Hughes for the last year would be crazy. Kucherov's there as well. Doesn't cost so much money, but I get Kucherov pretty easily usually. Jack Hughes almost never available. Dylan Cousins, Gensel. I mean, we probably need defense slightly more than offense, but the best 4 guys are RFAs, and then it's just 85s, which don't really move the needle for us. So we're actually going to try and see if we can free up a couple million in cap space here to make a play at Jack Hughes. And now this is kind of funny, guys. I found Kadri. Apparently his teaching specialty is defenseman. Quality there is AHL head coach. Honestly, he's got B teaching. Both of our goalies are done growing, so I'm just going to hire him to be the NHL goalie coach. It's the last year. Hopefully he says yes to this. I just, you know, want him part of this team if we do end up winning the Stanley Cup. And I just looked at our team, guys. There's really no one we can trade away that's, like, not a, you know, key player. So, I don't know. Jack Hughes, he wants 15. It looks like we are quite a bit off. 10.8. Yeah, it doesn't even get close to him. At 6 years, he does ask for 12.5, but I don't think we'll be able to land him, unfortunately. And now looking at goalies here, Vinny's available as an RFA, which kind of makes sense. He finally wants to get paid and probably doesn't want to be a backup anymore either on Chicago. Chartrand here is a free medium starter goalie. Might as well make an offer. And I think we do actually need a couple AHL defensemen. Strabak here, medium top 4 potential. 25 years old, 78 overall is not bad at all. Even Oliver Bonk here, 25-76. honestly we could use, because I think we're going to have some guys graduating to NHL this year. Forward-wise, Salah, 25.77, apparently ended up being a bust. Andrew Crystal as well. Didn't he just win an award? 25.78. Also never grew. Sucks to see, but we'll sign him. And you got Easton Cowan here. Okay, so I guess we're just getting a bunch of London Knights. And David Edstrom here. 25.80, fourth line forward, but probably be AHL for us. He could be a good player. Look at this, guys. Again, a former player of ours, and Noah Hannafin, being offered to us. I feel like the computers are just doing it on purpose at this point. And Kadri just declined, saying the team market's not big enough. We'll have to pay him more money, but I'll make sure he's a coach for us. There we go. We got that goalie with the starter potential. We can hear back from AHL players. Salah said yes. Cowan, Oliver Bonk, Crystal, Edstrom, Strabak. So I think that was all the AHL guys. Jack Hughes went with Boston. I mean, yeah, I don't think we could afford him. Like I said, we could have maybe traded somebody, tried to get him, but it's all right. And we still have almost $11 million here, guys. Jake Gensel, Josh Norris, Alexander Barkov, all available. I'm honestly kind of leaning towards Josh Norris, trying to get more goal scoring. He only had 20 goals last year, but set him in there, quick draw. He's got a good shot on him. Can play defense for us, so basically do it all. Let's see. He wants 3 years. We could offer like 8.5, and we'd still actually have, you know, $3 million or so if we do need to add a defenseman. Samuelson here, 83. Defensive defenseman. I think we'll be fine, though, honestly, with the bottom pair. Could go after, like, Seth Jones, Darnell Nurse. They're both 82s now, but yeah, I think Norris makes the most sense. Layev there is RFA. And right now, guys, I'm actually trying to trade some extra players to the Washington Capitals. One of them being Alexander Ovechkin, 71 low top 6. There's also a low elite here. I'm honestly giving them some pretty good players. Davies low top 6. We're getting back a second, though, plus creating some roster spots. They say no, quite off fair value. I mean, I thought, you know, for Alexander Ovechkin, they'd be willing to do it, but let's see if they'll give us a third, and they do. So this is good. There's actually a couple guys I wanted to sign. I noticed our AHL defense could still use one more player, and I had to make sure we actually had a spot for Josh Norris if he agrees to our contract. Now, Konyushkov here was on our team before. He wanted like 1.5, but yeah, he's gone down to league min, so I'll bring him back. I mean, the AHL team went back-to-back. I'm trying to keep, you know, most of the team together. And there we go, guys. Josh Norris said yes. Okay, so hopefully he does well with us. I think a lot of new faces on this team, but, you know, worked out well, I think, end of last year. And here we go, guys. We did just add Kadri to the coaching staff. Unfortunately, though, I had to add him as an NHL assistant. He basically would not, you know, be the NHL goalie coach, because that's actually kind of a step down from AHL head coach. So had to fire the guy we had with A+ PK. Kadri's, though, is an A, so it's not that much worse. And again, we'll actually see him on the bench now, which we wouldn't have with the goalie coach. So if we win the Stanley Cup, I think that'll be really cool. All right, guys, we're at the start of the final season. I'll show you what the team is looking like for next year. I think we definitely have a chance to make it back to the Cup Final, maybe even win it. So first line you can see is Demidov, Carlson, and Tage Thompson. You got Raymond, Norris, and Zegers on the second line, with Larkin, Nickel, and Quenneville in the third. Quenneville here's the elite potential guy we had, so I'm hoping he'll grow during the season, playing with some really good players. And the fourth line here is Fedotov, Rodney, and Koroluk. So I mean, pretty stacked. We've also got, what, 5 zone abilities in the forward group. Defensively, Nikishin has 1. We've also got 1 in Vasilevsky. So 7 players have zone abilities, which is pretty nuts. I don't know if I've ever had that many. You can see Nikishin's actually playing with Willander on the top pair. So him and Vlasic, you know, they did their dues, playing a lot of bottom pairing minutes for a few seasons now. They're relying on heavily here as Parekh and Vlasic's our second pairing. They did really well together on that, you know, 12-game win streak, and then in the playoffs, you got Ford and Rudolph on the bottom pair. They get a -1, but a couple of young defensemen here I'm hoping can step up. Ford and elite potential. Rudolph, medium top 4. Again, already showed you guys the goaltenders. AHL-wise, we got Decord and Guyan still there. Decord's dropped in rating, but he's won back-to-back Calder Cups for us. I'm not too bothered. AHL teams don't with the same first line. Heavy Bullen, Ambrosio, and Seneca. You got Gabe Perreault on the second line with Easton Cowan and Nuchev. Jekimovs, Edstrom, Crystal, Maggio, Harrison, and Kunz there's actually dropped from the NHL fourth line to AHL fourth line. It's kind of crazy too, like Scratch, we got Sala, Smirnov, McAmmon. Like, we got so many players here we could choose from, but I'm just, you know, trying to do what worked last year, plus add some extra good players. Pelika Sherrill's our top D pair, both 81s. Konyushkov there with Strabak, Fox, Bonk. Again, no reason why this AHL team couldn't three-peat here. Also, too, guys, in terms of the captaincy, it's like all new guys now since Kadri retired and we traded away Teravainen. So right now I've got an A on Larkin because he was a captain for the Red Wings. I've also got an A on Nikishin. I'd say he's our best player. And then an A on Vlasic. Let me know in the comments section if you want to see where this C in the final season. And speaking of which, guys, I'll show you our ratings for that. Like I said, hopefully this team is good enough. We still have some assets, too, if we need to make a big splash at the deadline. But right now, you can see we've got 100 offense, 88 defense, 84 goaltending. So stay tuned to see what happens that final year. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.